Just another video real quick about a thought I had about life. I compare life to a game of hide and seek. Well, I compare my life to a certain extent to a game of hide and seek. Why do I do that? Because I realized that throughout my life, on my way to the age of 29, which I am now, there were things that I hid in my life at ages 4, 8, 12, all through up until today that I realized I have to go back and seek from my childhood, from preteen, and so on. So what I realized is that as I hid things, as I got older, when I got older, I had to go back and seek those things that I hid from myself previously because those things are needed, are tools that help me to be who I am today and to show me that I actually have value that I didn't know that I had because of the things that I left in my past. I only left them in my past to go back and get them. So that's what I realized about myself within my life. Like one thing, for instance, is, as I said in previous video, speaking, expressing myself with my voice. This is something I was doing when I was a kid for 6, I think I stopped around 8, 7 or 8 years old. And the reason I stopped was because I ended up getting anxiety for certain reasons. And I feel like there's one more thing. I know anxiety was one of them. I was just afraid of public speaking, but I didn't always have that fear until I was about 8 or 9 years old. That fear was pretty much placed upon me at an early age, and from that point on, I stopped speaking. But I didn't realize that I would ever get back to it until recently when I started to realize that I needed to start speaking because I realized that that was my calling. How did I realize that? At this moment, I cannot remember, but I realized that is something that I needed to do immediately from the jobs that I got. I always knew I wanted to work with people. I knew once I got my first job at Applebee's as a server, as a host, I started off as. I realized from that point on, okay, I want to help people because I went to college. I was a sociology major, but I'm like, all right, this is not it. I really don't know why I'm here. I know I want to help people, but this is not it. So from that point forward, after I got certain jobs, I still wanted to maintain a relationship with individuals, with human beings, be able to speak to them on a one-on-one basis, be personable, understand who they are, get to know their lives and things like that. And I can do that through speaking to them. So that's one way that I realized, okay, my life is going to be revolved around me speaking. It should be, but I just don't know how. So after I left Applebee's, I got a job at Cheesecake Factory doing the same thing, still serving, but it still was not enough. It didn't fulfill me, but I knew I still wanted to help people, and I had to speak to them to help them. And then I broke my jaw. So that was the number one realization of me knowing that, okay, I have to start speaking. So after I got my jaw unwired, that's when, okay, I started speaking more. But then I stopped again, and that was only a few years ago. But my point is, I left that part of me back 20 years ago, speaking, expressing myself, trying to raise my hand, speaking in front of crowds, speaking in front of people. I had no fear back then. I was a kid. There was nothing to be afraid of. The only two fears we are born with are the fear of being dropped and the fear of loud noises. All the other fears we pick up throughout our lives. So knowing that, I'm like, okay, I picked up this fear. Where did I pick it up? And where I picked it up is the same place I hid it from myself when I was a kid. So I had to go back and seek. But it's not going to work until you actually go back and seek. So yeah, hiding is the fun part. And I realized I love hiding. I love the game of hide and seek, but my number one childhood game is Manhunt. But I love the game hide and seek, and I realized I love it so much because I love to hide. And now that I'm thinking about it, who better to hide from than myself, to go find myself? To me, that's the dopest thing I ever thought of doing subconsciously in my life. I really hid parts of myself in my past. Now I gotta go back. You love this game so much, now go play it with yourself. I'm like, alright, I get it, I got it, now let's get it started. And that's what I've been doing for the past few years. I haven't been doing it for that long, so I'm really just getting started. I have really late 20 years, but at the same time, I'm right on time if you understand what I'm saying. So I love playing hide and seek, and I'll continue to play this game for the rest of my life. Because even today, as I'm speaking, there still might be a part of me that I'm hiding that I won't figure out until 10, 20, 30 years later. That won't be necessary to be revealed until that time, just like this time right now. The part of me that I hid back then, that I went to go seek and find out, was not meant to be found out until this time, because this is the time that I'm using to speak. So that's the understanding that I have within my own self about my life and my journey within my story. And I just love the way that I wrote my story and the way it's playing out right now. So this analogy of the game of hide and seek really means a lot to me, because I realize how much I love to play the game and how much I love playing games in general. I love playing games, I love having fun. So now that I have that one analogy of hide and seek, I can also take that and apply that to whatever other games that I love to play, and see where in my life I might be playing another game with myself. So it's just continuously building upon itself, this one thought building upon itself, and me just going deeper into myself, more realization, so on and so forth, and that I can move on from games. What else have I done in the past I may have to go back and seek? It might not just be a game anymore, it might be something else, but when that time comes, I will be sure to let you know. As of right now, I'm loving this game of hide and seek that I decided to play with myself, and I hope that as I speak this, that everyone here, well, not hope, I know that, because my word will not return to me void, and that everyone here that is listening to my voice will actually apply this to their lives in their own way. It may not be hide and seek, it may be another game you're playing with yourself that you love to play, that you have to figure out that you're playing in order for you to go back in time to go get that part of that childhood, that pure part of you, bring that to who you are today, and change the world with that being, because it's all you. Don't devalue yourself. You matter. Every life has a reason. Like my mission statement. My mission statement is to pretty much bring truth, shed light on the phrase that every life has meaning. Because to me, every life has meaning, and I found my meaning through playing hide and seek. If I did not play hide and seek with myself, I would not have found this meaning. And I'm only saying that because I went to go seek the younger self, and I found him, and now we're doing great things together. So now I also saying that I have to go seek out my shadow self too. I gotta do that. Thank you, self. So yes, I have to do that. I'm grateful and thankful for everyone that is listening, has listened, and will listen. I'm grateful and thankful. Continue to play these games, because these games are nothing but fun. Once you realize in life that we're only here to have fun. This is all, it's serious, yes, but we're really always at play. We take it so serious until we understand where I play. Once I came to understand that my whole life is not a game, but similar to a game, just figuring things out, learning how to strategize, learning how to pick up and apply certain things, it got easier for me, and I gained more value in learning those things about myself and about other people in life in general, that I may be able to better serve the people of this planet. I don't play this game for only me to figure out myself. I'm figuring out myself because I know I have a higher calling to actually share the message that I have figured out myself and help another figure out themselves. I know that I'm not the only one who has figured this out or will figure this out. And for some people, they may be figuring this out while watching this video, just like I figured many other things out watching other people, listening to other people speak. We're all here to help one another, and that's one thing I'm grateful and thankful that I've learned throughout this life. We are all here to help one another. Let's not be selfish. Let's help one another on each other's paths, because we never know who we may need. We're not. If we were here to do it alone, we would be alone at all times. We don't need billions of people if all we truly need is us. That's not true. We need other people to be around us, so that when we start off, we may start off alone, but we're not going to end alone if we continue to do things the way we're supposed to, because this is a world of cooperation. We need one another. And no matter what you may think, you need somebody else. That's why you were not born, but you didn't create yourself. You were born with a mother. If your mother or whoever took care of you never took care of you from the beginning, where would you be today? And that's how I see life. We help take care of one another, whether we're children, whether we're adults. We always have somebody, or we should have somebody to lean on. If you don't, I suggest that you maybe find somebody. You might not want to, but there may be benefits in doing so because you are not alone in your walk in life. There is somebody out there that's just like you, going through the same thing that you're going through. Maybe if you're depressed, if you're sad, if you're angry, even if you're joyful, you're exhilarated. Share that joyfulness, share that exhilaration with somebody else. Don't have it alone. Somebody else wants to feel that same way. They have no clue what it's like to be happy, and you're happy. Don't hold that happiness within. Let the happiness go, share it without, and keep that exhilaration within you, that burning fire and desire of exhilaration within you, and watch how far that takes you. But again, I'm grateful and thankful for everyone that is listening, that will listen, and that has listened already. Grateful and thankful if this message has meant anything for you, and I know that it has because it meant something to me, and I know I'm not the only one out here, so I'm grateful and thankful for that as well. Just leave a like, share the message, apply this message to your lives overall. That's the main thing I would love for people to do because we all need one another. So apply this message to your lives in whatever way you can to help yourself and to help another.